Welcome back to Let's Try Roleplay. This is episode 2 of the Great Capital Bake Off. I'm James and I'll be playing Ibathane No Name, the Fabulous Sorcerer.
I'm Connor and I'll be playing Tholme and Gary, the Human Rogue and the Pidgey.
I'm Robin and I'll be playing Nine, the Tiefling Paladin. That's it.
Oh.
Yeah.
I'm Henry, the Dungeon Master.
Previously on Let's Try Roleplay. In the several weeks after our great defeat against the tyrant, Tholme and I have been hard at work in the pub, assessing the many drinks on offer. I think he has also been reading some books or something as well. Nerd. Nine was in the hospital recovering, but we snuck her in some drink, which has definitely sped up the process. Recently, we travelled across the country to the capital to respond to this invitation. Unfortunately, we were joined by Selenia. I don't know her very well, but Tholme assures me she is a bitch. The city is covered in this great blue bubble, but apparently can stop evil. Luckily, we are just dicks. Customs was a little touch and go. This guy called Greg didn't seem too happy with us. And I can definitely advise that you'll never enter a zone of truth whilst you are hammered. Our rooms have complimentary robes and slippers, which are the comfiest things I have ever worn. It also seems that we'll be sharing our wing with other Dragonborn. I am very excited to get to know them.
I should probably introduce myself. My name is Fyodor.
What's his name?
Fyodor. Fyodor.
Theodore.
Fyo. Fyod in not accent, but Fyodor.
Theodore.
Fyodor.
Theodore.
Mm-hmm.
Theodore.
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 Big gold dragonborn.
Big gold dragonborn. Ibethane's new lover.
I am the War Master of Uthin.
The war. Fucking hell, you're making me write down so many things. War Master of
Uthen. Uthin.
War Master. You could master my war. War Master of Uthin. Uthin.
Uthen. I'll go with.
Uthin. Cool.
No, I've not been here that long. Just been out doing some shopping.
Oh,
before the big
Little shopping.
Good to know. I brought lots of gold. I also brought some things to trade from our kingdoms. Although my friend Raspar, he'll be here soon, is...
Raspartin.
Raspartin.
Leader of the Dragonborns.
Will be here soon. He's been out selling his goods that he makes. Best blacksmith in, I think, pretty much all of the Dragonborn kingdoms. I suppose that's kind of why he's here. Anyway, what are your names?
My name's Nine. This is.
Oh, like the number.
Yeah, exactly.
You people in this country are fucking weird. Let me tell you.
I kind of twitch.
I met someone earlier called like 12.
What?
No, he weren't, because the Order of the Gauntlet name themselves by numbers
Oh, okay.
until they get a name.
Oh, so they do.
It's very weird.
Yeah, my name's Tholme.
Oh, lovely to meet you, Holly.
Yeah, thank you very much.
I am Ibathane No Name.
Ah, that is a strong Dragonborn name. Why the fuck did I write that down? Oh.
I think you need to have a long conversation
Will
about
you
this.
tell me about our people?
I should probably, it's a strong Dragonborn name. My full name is Fyodor Goldname.
Gold name.
Yeah, it's a thing.
That's
Dragonborn
fucking
have
good.
fucking stupid last names because of
Yes.
you.
Can we all go and sit down? We're all sit down on the couch and we have a conversation.
He'll chuck his bag down as he drops it. You hear a clunk as it hits the ground.
We all kind of jump lift in the air for a bit.
What's
and a small
Raspar's last
squeal.
name?
He's not there.
Is his blacksmith name? Smith name.
Can his name be Teen name? Because he's Raspartin.
Smith name.
What's it? So how do you spell Raspar?
Raspar.
Oh fuck, it's a par. I thought Raspar.
So you say you are sort of heroes. Tell me about your You say you killed a lot of snakes. You want tea, I would assume.
Have you ever
No, I
had-
don't want a cup of tea. I've already got this one.
Let me sit back down again.
Have you ever heard of Omsford?
I have not.
Well, you won't now, because
Ah.
that was like first half of the campaign, and we didn't do very well.
Right. What? I'm assuming what happened to Omsford?
There was a big Nuanti invasion,
Oh,
and then we killed all.
They were
of them.
turning
How many?
humans into brute guards,
That
which
is-
are little
I've never
lizard
heard of that.
fucks with long arms.
wow! I've met like one or two Yuan-Ti in my time. They sometimes wander the deserts of my home, but I've never
Did you
seen that
slit
many.
their throat?
I mean, sometimes if I encounter one, to be honest, they're a bit below me at this point. But if I encounter one, I'll kill it.
I mean, we're all below you. We all look up.
Good job. And he slaps you on the shoulder.
Take a minus.
Shit!
Take 2 points of bludgeoning damage.
Fuck!
Non-lethal.
Take a con bleed.
How do I do that?
Yeah, and then we fought we went
were
down to the
thousands.
Underdark. We were in
Wow.
we were in the Underdark for about
That's
6
nice.
hours, probably overall.
That's pretty crazy.
We died.
Oh yeah, we died.
You died.
Yeah.
How did you come back?
A dude
Moon
called
elves. Kevin.
Kevin.
Kiri, we were in the Underdark and we were fighting basically these two end up getting very, very badly injured. But they got healed. And since then we went back to River's Edge. There was another Yanti invasion, but we fought them off along with the Hydra and
You
saved.
fought the Hydra. That's impressive.
There were thousands.
It
of
wasn't,
them.
guys. It wasn't a Hydra. Snydra.
It's Hydra. Oh,
Yeah.
that is a rare breed of Hydra.
Did you know they're weak to fire?
I did.
We didn't.
Oh. Yeah, well, I mean, we do have lots of those kinds of creatures near in our kingdoms. So I'm sure you don't encounter them up here. Have you ever been to our homeland? Do not have.
I've never met another dragonborn.
Wow, not your parents, nothing.
No, I don't think I had parents. I was a miraculous concern.
Metachlorian.
My father was Qui-Gon Jinn. No, I was raised by a band of bandits that killed my whole tribe.
Oh,
But I was born 2,449 years ago to the closest estimate. Wait, no. Probably like 247. 2,470 years ago to closest estimate.
so that he just kind of has like a blank face of like, okay.
But that was the first time we died. I was raised by mercenaries, and then a big moon elf wizard man called Xanthir trained me to be sorcerer.
Ah,
So I'm pretty good at
Oh,
firebolt.
yeah, you're one of the gifted. Fair enough.
Yes, I have many gifts.
I sadly was never. I was unlucky enough to not have any magical gifts. However, I made up for it with an absurd amount of training.
We can do.
Made up for it with this, and he unzips his
Testosterone.
Fair enough. You three sound very interesting. It is a bit forward. I've only just met you. But, I am somewhat of the. Assuming you've never visited our homeland, you don't
No,
know
never,
quite how it
never.
works. So I'm what we call, as I said, I am War Master. So essentially, I am best fighter in my kingdom, which means that I am member of government. We sort of work on a meritocracy. The best at something gets to lead.
Oh, fuck.
Raspar, who you're going to meet soon, he is the Forge Master. He's the best blacksmith in probably all of world.
I believe it.
He's very good. Wait until you see his armor. It's fucking awesome. I need him to get to make me some, but I've only just met him a few days ago.
Oh,
A few months ago before he came. And then we also have Alphobassa, who's the lore master of his kingdom. One of the best storytellers you will ever meet.
Lore Master. Oh,
Lore-
L-O-R-E.
Yeah.
Alpha Massa.
Alphobassa. Alfubasa.
So they all have like their what
That's
they're,
a sick name.
that is. So they all have like their what they're good at, and then like master. So he's like war master, lore master, blacksmith, master. Wait, what?
Smith Master. Oh, I just wrote Blacksmith Dragon Ball. Oh, shit, I need to put Dragon Ball.
Yeah, so we work on a very different system to you guys, but the three of us have been sent as sort of a negotiation party. To be honest, it's mostly Alpha Bassa that's doing that. I came just because I wanted to see the world, and Raspar came to sell his stuff. But Alpha Bassa is mostly the one trying to negotiate somewhat of a truce, because technically our countries still hate each other. But that's stupid, because that was like, for us at least, like 3 or 4 generations ago, and nobody gives that much of a shit about it with us. But obviously elves and gnomes live longer, so we need to try and convince them to not hate us.
Oh, I see. Do you guys have an opening for Magic Master? I'll take Magic Legend.
Well, that kind of brings me to so you guys seem like you're fairly strong. I was interested to see if there are sparring cages downstairs, I believe. I don't want to brag, but I was wondering if I could take the 3 of you on at some point. It doesn't have to be now.
1v3?
I mean, I did say I was the best fighter in my country.
We can do that, okay.
Yeah,
hide behind her.
No.
How big is the cage? Can you stand at one end?
It's about a 100-foot circle.
Can I put my hand out to be like, make that a deal?
He reaches and his hand completely encircles yours. He's like, deal. I'll fight you later.
100%. I know you said he isn't, but I'm picturing him in the fluffy slippers.
He'll say, if you'll excuse me for one moment, I'm going to go change. Those slippers and the magical coats, they are so nice.
Is his 2 stitched together? Because they could.
He comes out and it's because it's magical, it changes to your size.
Oh, that's
because magic.
fucking glorious.
Great. Yeah, he comes out and he's now wearing just that and some short shorts.
Please, fan art. Fan art.
For all of us.
Fan art.
For fan art, he also has a scar over his left eye.
And he's hung like a noose.
Yeah. There's some fucking short shorts that are also quite tight.
There's an ominous object dangling just below the angle of the dressing gown.
I thought you were going to say the angle of the dangle.
What is the angle of his dice?
You can't see. It's magically like fucking obscured.
Because if the thing's just 90
Permanent
degrees at
black
the
bar. But about 20. As he heads off, and as he heads off into the next room to go get changed, the door once again opens, which you may notice Henry doesn't want to have multiple NPCs with the same voice in the room at the same time. And in walks a smaller, sort of, let's go with, like, probably a bit shorter than Ibathane, maybe like 6'5".
Fucking midget.
Still like pretty buff guy comes in. He's a green dragonborn.
Who is this Raspar?
He comes in. He's like, I'm assuming you've already met Fyodor. I'm Raspar. Lovely to meet you. We've been told we were having 3 other. I should try and change it up a bit. We've been told that you. It's so difficult.
Oh, that was good.
We've been told that you were going.
He's blacksmith, Groff.
We were told you were going to have other guests here. I did not know one of them would be one of our kind, but it's lovely to meet.
I've never felt so included.
I'll introduce myself. Raspar, Forge Master of Terragrad.
What is your last name?
Anantololnem.
Fuck.
Antolnam.
Ant and Deckman.
Anton Deckname.
Anton Deckname.
We'll go with that.
Anton Dick name.
Anton Dick name?
This is just to say, it's a character I've done in a different campaign, personally played. So I like Raspar.
Oh wait, so Raspar is actually a character you've played?
Yeah.
That's it.
To be honest, most of my NPCs are characters that I've played or someone else has played with me. And I'm just stealing them. Or
It's
like
lovely to meet you, Raspar. I am Ibathane, no name.
good
Can I
name.
just ask for the benefit of my notes? What colour is Alphubasa?
Gold.
And what is
Alphabassa is black.
Fuck. And what's his last name?
Story name.
Story name. I love it. Anton deck name.
You've made
Everyone has name in their
yes,
last
you've
name.
made it so easy to name Dragonborns. It's just like something to do with the num.
No name.
Yeah, it's lovely to meet you. If you'll excuse me, I'm going to be going to sleep. I've been up all night last night having a bit of a party.
Only.
There's a couple good, really good taverns in the city.
And the names are
Got a list.
taverns! Exclamation mark.
There was the Golden Arrows that I went to specifically because I'm a blacksmith and it supposedly it's built in an old large smithy. So that was interesting. The drinks were all named after quite funny things.
What's its Yieldy TripAdvisor rating?
Yieldy TripAdvisor rating. There was 5 stars on the outside of it. It had 5 fantasy Michelin stars. Fantasin stars. I don't fucking know, man. Which was pretty good. It was recommended to me by Gregor. You've already met him. I assume he would have brought you.
Oh, aye, Greg.
Oh, yeah.
Greg.
He's a bit racist.
No, everybody here is, but he's better than normal. He didn't,
God, is
gnomes
that
and
what
elves
we've
are
got
the
to?
worst. Gnomes and elves are the worst. Dwarves are weirdly forgiving. So yeah, but I'm going to head to sleep. I will see you at the banquet tonight.
Oh shit, it's tonight.
Very well. He leaves.
Lovely to meet you.
Lovely to meet you. Tholme 9 on Iberthane.
Yeah, pleasure.
Pleasure. He heads off to his room. Alphabassa doesn't turn up yet.
Oh, he's having a good night. Oh, he sounds a bit of a pleb, though, doesn't he?
It's about 9 a.m. by the way, just to say.
9 a.m.
Oh, fuck, because I was about to suggest pre-drinks before the game.
That's why the bar's not open.
Another 20 minutes or so passes, and it's been the hour, and back comes Gregor. He comes back in. He has another robe. And he's just like, you have a robe.
I took Nine's too proud to be seen in a fluffy robe.
Very well. Well, for now, this will be yours, Nine.
Thank
you. I do honestly recommend it. I have one at home for myself.
Oh, you fucking juicy. Greg, I love you.
Gregor.
Whatever you say, Greg.
Very well. He whispers up to himself under his breath. You may or may not hear it. It's just like, I'm being paid to be nice.
But is it enough?
Before he walks out, I was like, my bird doesn't have one.
No.
See, no, wait. Sorry, just before you go, I want to try an experiment. I put the dressing gown on Gary. Does it shrink to her size?
Sadly not, no.
Does it kill it?
Sadly not, no.
That would be amazing.
Peachy.
Walking around in the slippers as well.
Gregor doesn't turn to leave. He says, very well, you may know there is a banquet tonight, a welcome banquet for everybody.
I've heard.
I recommend going. I myself will be in attendance in a work capacity. However, it will still be fun.
Do you want us to bring you some drinks?
It's fine. I don't drink anymore.
Oh shit.
Sit down, Greg.
Is he angry at us because he sees his younger self?
Clouds the mind too much, and with my job, I always need to be on high alert.
He looks at all his liver spots.
But in the meantime, I recommend, first of all, that the 3 of you should probably go and get some nicer clothes. There's going to be royalty, there's going to be nobles.
Are we not wearing the robes then?
I'm afraid you should try and find yourself some fine clothing. The best place to find that would probably be down at the market.
Do we have any money?
Alternatively, if you're looking for separate styles, I believe for you, Iberthane, there are 1 or 2 merchants at the docks that may sell things more in the style of your home country or your homelands.
Oh, look at what
And a greater variety. You seem to have quite a style about yourself.
He does.
Yes.
Anyway.
I roll dice.
But yes, and he'll give you the best directions to either the marketplace or the docks.
Cool.
Both of which
quickly
they'll
ask
both
him
take
as
you about half an hour to get there. You have about 8 hours until you need
Okay.
to be at what is essentially Prees for the banquet.
Where is
I'm asking-
Prees?
It'll be there. He says to you he'll come and collect you.
Okay, cool. From
I'll,
here?
I'll be back in about 8 hours to come and collect you from this room. So I'll bring you and the 3 others. I hope you've met them.
Yes,
We
we
met
two.
2 of them, at least.
Very well. Alpha Buzzer is also lovely, a bit eccentric.
Fucking on point.
We've just made some
I'll-
new best
I'll-
friends, guys.
I'll come back much later.
What we were recommended to go to the Golden Arrows.
Oh, that is a very good tavern.
Other taverns would you recommend?
Very well.
I want like at least 2 or 3 more. Just maybe a fantasy bar crawl on the way home.
Bring the guys out as well. Get
Yeah,
the lads
exactly.
out.
Really let's make this pre-starter about midday.
He will tell you that there is the Red Griffin.
Oh, that's cool.
Is quite a good one that sells quite good pub food.
Oh,
But he recommends not eating today because the banquet will have a lot of food and a lot of drink.
Point.
Nah.
There is the
Does anyone have an emptying bowels spell? Because we could eat and then.
What?
Do any of these? Does the magic bidet also?
Oh my god.
He also tells you that there is the happy
I do have a skull of enema here, right?
the happy jackal is quite a lively place, and he also tells you that there is one called the Mimic's Bite, which is his favorite
Yes.
place.
Oh, that's a good one.
Ooh.
that's fucking great.
And he'll tell you it's like so called because much of the furniture and all that is themed to look as though it's a mimic. Don't worry, it's tested and it's not.
Is it tested regularly?
They tested fairly regularly.
Can I do an insight check?
Yeah.
8.
Yeah, tested regularly.
Okay, cool.
La-di-da.
I'd recommend those places. They're all quite good for lunch if you want to go get there.
We called the Mimic Spike because they stole a menu from somewhere else and copied it.
I recommend avoiding the southeastern corner for now. There's been with lots of people coming in. There's been a little bit of unrest. While nobody evil can come in, alcohol and merriment turns good people bad temporarily. So we've had a little.
Did they
bit
get
of
sucked
unrest.
out like a magnet?
No. Once you're in, you're in.
Okay.
There's no issues there. If you're looking for sightseeing, I also recommend going to the Grand Temple. There will be some things being set up there. It's a good place to go and talk to. If you're looking to go into the history of the
I've read
Empire.
all about it.
Have you? Oh, very well. That might be interesting to you. It's got a lot of lovely murals on the walls of previous battles, particularly one supposedly depicting the first emperor at his ascension. You'll be able to go there later in the week. I also recommend potentially going to check out the College of Magic.
Jesus, when you gotta get this guy started. Fuck.
In the northeast. There is, it's just an interesting place. Lots of magical curios. They have a museum full of ancient magical artifacts, and some you can sort of play with. I say play with, test out, but basically play with. There's a child's area as well that may be
Suitable for you.
he looks at Tholme and Ibathane. He's like, that may also be suitable for them. They do tours, and I assume that you are magically gifted, and I've heard,
Yes.
all 3 of you are all magically gifted, so it may be interesting to go and learn a thing or two there.
Okay.
Fucking hell, we've got a great day.
Anything
you,
else you
Gregor.
want to see, just ask.
I've been called gifted like 3 or 4 times today. I'm really happy.
Very well. I have some paperwork and other such things to do. 1 or 2 initiates to go and shout at, so I'll be back later.
Ooh, can we see that?
Yeah,
Is that part of the tour?
just stand nearby and drink whilst he what?
Sit in the corner and heckle him as well. Yeah, useless. That's really bad.
I'd worry not. It's just the man that forgot to properly stock your room.
Yeah, we would like to have a word.
As it's being shouted at, you're just like nearby pulling it out of your bag and holding.
Before he leaves, he'll kind of he'll call over. He goes to leave and he says, one more thing. 9, come over here.
Okay, I go over.
He kind of like says to you in like hushed tones, it's just like, please keep those 2 on.
I
leash.
absolutely can't make any promises.
I'm just try. I'm on
Probation.
I don't know. I'm assuming you know how.
Because of the aforementioned drinking problem.
I'm due somewhat of a commission, which would take me up both many pay grades and allow me to pay for mine and my fiance's wedding.
Don't fuck my bonus.
But also, it would get me preliminary induction into that order of yours, which is what I've always kind of wanted.
I mean, it's not all it's hyped up to be. I mean,
Shit on the man's dream, why don't you?
gonna be honest, we've pretty much done most of the work for them.
I mean, I've seen some of the powers that you guys get. God, since I was a kid, I've just wanted to be able to smite people like you guys. So
it's pretty good.
It's pretty good.
It's
right?
pretty
Yeah,
fun.
You ever smited someone?
Yeah,
She's
divine,
smited quite a bit.
divine
She
smite.
smited people? I wasn't looking.
I could also pretend. As he's leaving, he's like, I could also recommend potentially going to the fighting pits. There's bouts going on all day. I believe there's also an amateur competition which you could potentially sign up for. That'll be going on all week. But yeah, anyway, I will see you much later. Now I've told you all the different things I've prepared for you to potentially do. Where would you like to go?
To the toilet.
Yeah.
Really badly, actually. I've needed a piece since we started.
Go before! That's so funny.
Hello and welcome to the middle bit. Just a really quick one from just me this week. This is season 2, episode 2 of our Dungeons and Dragons campaign. We really hope you're enjoying it. If you are, can you please go on Twitter, go on our Facebook, go on our Instagram, preferably if you can our Twitter, and just sort of tweet that you're enjoying it, tag us in something at us saying what you think about the season so far. Because we're really trying to push our social medias at the moment, see if we can get a few more followers. Season 2 for us seems like a good point for people to jump on. So if you have any friends that you think might be interested in the podcast at all, please tell them about it. Just tell them that you think this is a good season to jump onto. Ignore what we say at the beginning of season episode 1 where we're like, if you haven't seen all of it already, you definitely need to go listen to everything else. But yeah, no, this is a good point to jump on. So yeah, please let people know about it. Apart from that, other things we've got going on. We're currently recording the next season of our Star Wars campaign, which is going really well. The reason this is such a short one today is because I'm actually in a rush to prepare some stuff for that later on. We're also doing some more Twitch streams. We've now got on our YouTube a full playthrough of Jedi Knight 2 Jedi Outcast. Last night Henry and I played a little bit more Sea of Thieves, and I've just started a playthrough of the Jedi Knight Jedi Academy game, which is really good as well. So jump onto our YouTube, watch it there, or follow us on Twitch. Anyway, apart from that, so just to shout out one of our charities, we haven't shouted out Glasgow Marrow in a while. So Glasgow Marrow is associated with Anthony Nolan. They are a bone marrow register. Glasgow Marrow is the University of Glasgow's society section of the charity. But if you're at any uni throughout the country, or if you just want to get involved, look up Anthony Nolan, or look up your local marrow charity if you're at a university. Basically, the whole idea is to get people onto this register to try and save people who have blood cancer. And and it's a really, really easy process. It's around a 1 in 100 chance that you'd ever be called up to do it. But if you were, it's a really easy, much easier than people think that to give bone marrow. It's basically like giving blood. Very small amount of people actually require a more in-depth operation to have bone marrow removed. So, and even that, I've met some people who have had that done, even they say that is actually not as bad as they thought it was going to be. So please consider signing up to the register. It's really, really good, and you could definitely save a life through it. Anyway, that's all I had to say about that. So thank you very much for listening to the episode. We really hope you're enjoying it. Please jump on our Twitter and let us know what you think. Bye-bye. Oh, and Henry loves you.
The three of you are preparing to head out after your quick toilet break.
In which
Which we had dinner and drinks.
I'll say that who should we go with? Theodore made some tea while you were all in your rooms. It was like, there is tea if you would like. I know I did ask. I said I didn't want any, but I changed my mind.
very nice.
You'll have a
Thank
quick
you,
drink.
Theodore.
Thank you.
Fyodor.
Fyodor.
That's true. So everyone went back to get changed and ready to go out. Thelmy went back to get changed, came back still in the robes.
You in the robes, 100%.
I think I would go out in the robes.
Slippers included, or just the robes?
They get dirty.
They will get quite dirty.
It's alright.
I can use prestidigitation to clean things.
I think I went, no, I definitely want to go out in the town in my
I'm going to
robes.
go out in the robes, and then I think all of our clothes in the bag of holding.
Yeah,
cool.
in case we need them.
In case we need them.
Yeah,
obviously.
okay, cool.
Yeah, cool.
I'm wearing my clothes, but at least I know that these guys are going to be easy to find.
We go out into the town and everybody's wearing them. Everyone's had the same idea.
I was just gonna. Fuck me. Just like millions of people wearing these pink fluffy coats and slippers. like people going around markets, like hey, what's it like stock exchanges and stuff like that, or like waving papers in the air, or wearing these.
It's gonna be like those themed pub crawls.
Are the robes also pink? I was picturing them as white.
No, they're pink.
Do they have an emblem or anything?
No.
I think they're probably not like synthetic pink. They're probably because it'll be juices from like flowers
Do it
and
have like
stuff.
the imperial
so it's like
symbol on them or anything?
No,
The
no,
hotel
they're
that
just
we're
plain.
staying in?
They're just plain.
the emperor like this. With a finger up to his mouth and a kissing.
What was it?
I was gonna
Julius's
ask,
secret or something? JS. wrote on them.
What do Nine's clothes look like other than her armor? We don't know. I don't think we've ever seen her and not wearing armor.
Yeah, I was trying to think this as well, and I
So I've
struggled.
got a picture in my head of it being sort of like so specifically to contrast with your skin and all that. It's like
A flowing dress.
no. I was imagining
No.
like a white leather jacket with the symbol, the Order of the Gauntlet symbol embroidered in it in black.
Can't fucking escape it. Does my underwear have the Order of the Gauntlet on it as well?
No, it doesn't. And then I was just thinking like whatever trousers you wanted to wear, either shorts
leather.
or shorts or full length, whatever, and then
Blouse
some
with a bit of
boots.
cleavage.
I always thought there was just like
Suit
a
and
general,
tie.
just like long sleeved, like tunicky type thing that has like the rope kind of that you tie it.
Alright,
off.
yeah, okay,
It's just
yeah,
kind
yeah,
of,
sure,
like,
sure.
a bit
The thing is, but you'd have quite like nice clothes because they'd be made for you.
You fucking hate it.
So I'm gonna say what the standard issue like civilian uniform for the Order of the Gauntlet at your level is like a white leather jacket, long sleeve, big collar, big-ish collar like to here, that zips up at the front, but slightly to the side
It
to make it
zips up?
cooler. Yes,
Do we have zips?
we do now.
I invented them.
Yeah,
Cool.
Was what I've always kind of imagined like Daveth and that wearing when they're not in armor, which is rarely. But yeah, I'm gonna go with that.
We burst out of the doors like
Onto the town.
like you know in every film ever about going on pub crawls. I like going out drinking. The like the
Oh,
doors
that's
open and
not-
then like slow
Dubs.
motion walking out. Like
That's not what I was imagining. When you said we burst open the doors, I was imagining the infamous scene from Spider-Man 3.
right.
Like walking down the street like,
Oh my god.
The door bursts open, 9 walks out, the 2 of us on either side, dressing gowns, slippers and cups of tea, sunglasses on.
So whereabouts would you guys like to head?
Shopping.
Cool. So you're given 2 main areas you can go to. You can go to the docks, or you can go to the market.
They said the docks were good.
Whereas the docks ones were all the foreign.
Yeah,
That's
it's
where the fancy
people that,
stuff were.
People that aren't bringing their wares inside the city necessarily.
And I was told I had to go buy some clothes because I would look like a mess.
Oh, and inside the
And yeah, you've
dome.
also been told, all 3 of you have been specifically told, go and buy some clothes.
That was that so subconsciously.
Oh,
like
fuck
I was
off.
told that I look like a mess, so I have to go buy.
I was
The
told
dog
my
sounds
clothes
like
was bad.
yeah.
He said I had a style and a connotation.
I like to think that you took that as a compliment. You were like,
Oh,
oh, yeah, I have a
definitely.
style. But no, dogs sound cool. Dogs sound like it'd be funky and
Aye.
weird. And we already stand out anyway, so may as well just go for it.
How long has it been since we had a drink?
What do you mean?
Alcoholic?
Last time you had an alcoholic drink?
Yes.
It's been about an hour since you arrived.
We gotta keep that in mind.
Yeah.
2 seconds in real life.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah, no, that's true. Okay, we go to the docks.
Mm-hmm. Cool. So it's about well, how do you get there? Do you walk,
How far is it?
or you can hire a cart?
That's
How
walk.
long a walk is it?
About an hour and a half.
Oh fuck. Can I jump? How long does it take me to jump?
What kind of cart is it? How demeaning is it for the
various
person that
different
takes us?
No, not. It's quite nice.
Is there one of those ones though where the person holds the thing and they run?
If you want it to be.
Yes,
yeah.
please. Can we get 3?
No, but yeah, but the thing is, still gonna take like an hour and 15
Can we
minutes.
take 3 in race?
You find a You know what? Yeah, you find a one of those. You find like a taxi rank basically. Like a bunch of people holding a like those ones where people run behind them with like a tuk-tuk that they're dragging
Yeah.
along. And it's
But they're minotaurs.
And they're all
called,
carried by
they're
they're all carried by Vin Diesel. Lots and lots of Vin Diesels.
it's called
Fast and
Hasty
Furious.
Travels.
Ooh.
Hasty travels. Oh, all right, because they're gonna have the fucking spell.
Haste.
Yeah. Yeah, they all cost. So it's there's a big billboard that says Hasty Travels. Get you where
Hasty
you need
cars.
with in quotes haste.
Oh, I like it. Right.
Oh my god, they don't have any. I just thought, did you in this sort of world, what are they called? The horse people that are like half horse, half horse. Centaurs. That would be the most uncomfortable thing to. That would be really awkward as a mode of transport.
Because you've got to
wouldn't
hold them to the pecs.
it? Yeah, you've got to sit on them and sort of be like they're chatting to you. Like the taxi driver turns back to you, like I'm on you right now.
Have you ever seen reverse centaurs?
Yeah,
so
that's
that's where
horrific.
horse,
Yeah.
human bottom. Oh no.
Right.
The hooves.
Like we go off. We look at our specimens, and then we choose 3. What do they look like?
You've got. I mean, what are you wanting? How like.
The fastest.
What races are they? What do they look like? We got to choose.
You got an elf. You've got half elf. You've got a human. You've got a tabaxi, and you've got a and a Goliath.
Oh,
Goliath.
Uh-huh.
Oh, we're about to make this racist, aren't we? Like, oh, you look fast. Obviously, you're fast. The gnome one. Are there gnome people-sized ones?
Yeah, there are smaller ones as
Oh,
well.
that's so good.
Carried largely by halflings and gnomes.
That is so funny.
I choose that one.
If you do, he'll look up and say, "Sorry, mate. Cart's too small for you."
No, can I have 2 of them, 1 for each foot, and I'm gliding majestically?
You will pay.
Do you ask?
My friend here will pay for
Yeah,
2.
but that costs quite a lot extra.
How much? How much?
Well, normal one will be 5 gold anywhere in the city, 10 gold return, but that'll be 50 gold.
Oh, shit.
No, can I just buy 2 separately?
Can he
and
see
then
my
don't
robe?
tell them. Just buy
They
2
might-
separately.
They might notice.
Ah,
Next to
prestidigitation.
Oh, Gary, you going this way too? The fuck? Can I see up my robe? I imagine I'm just sort of stood over the top. Just like my robe billowing in the wind.
What's the height limit for getting a small one?
You have to be small sized.
Why do you want a small one so badly?
You're not getting a small one. You just won't fit.
All right, okay. What were these? I'm just gonna. I want to go for the Tabaxi.
I
go
was
on-
fucking gonna go for-
I know you were, but I wanted to steal from because I haven't
Cool,
been
so that'd
racist.
be,
I've seen
5 gold one
things
way
real
or
quick.
10 gold return.
What?
5 gold one way or 10 gold. Wait. Hey, Dragonborn man. That'll be 5 gold one way or 10 gold return.
That's a weird way to greet me.
Well, it's business, you know.
Okay.
I think we.
I don't ask any questions.
What if I want to stop in multiple places on the way back?
15. 15 for all day.
Ooh, yes.
You've just made yourself a bad deal.
No, it's company prices, isn't it?
No, right, okay, fair enough. 15 gold. 9. Can I have 15 gold?
You have your own money.
I have my own money. I'm being trusted with money.
Yeah, we did a shit ton of work. Do we have any money?
Yeah, you have 3,000 gold each.
Each?
Each. Yeah, so during sort of like your downtime and all that, you'd have been, first of all, given a stipend for living, and
Look
which,
at that
which
pension.
won't quite cover that, but specifically for being the heroes of River's Edge, you were given a large reward, and also
Sick.
during your like how we said like you do like what you're doing during your downtime. That wasn't just it. Once a week or twice a week or so, you'd have been like. Guards would have come back and said, "Oh, there's like a big group of Yuan-Ti, big being like 20 or 30, hold up in this cave nearby. Who do you have to spare to go and take them out?" And quite often, you three would be like, "Yeah, we're good too."
As part of
We're
that
sick
reward,
as fuck.
can I have one of the Hydra heads from Alphas?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh,
Going on
it's on your
sheets.
door. It's the thing. Like when you knock, you just move its skull and bash it against.
No, that's pretty
Hydra head in office. I'm pimping out this office.
good. Is it like the top of your chair leads up to like a Hydra
Oh my
skull?
god, it's like the mouth is what I said.
That's fucking sick.
Or do you make it your bed? Or do you have its?
It's not quite big enough for that.
Oh,
I mean, there were a lot of them knocking about. Like,
For bed or for chair?
Chair would be more appropriate.
It's got chair. Hydra
fucking
head in
sick.
office equals chair.
like that. And then 2 of them holding up your desk.
Don't. I'm
so
getting too interior decorating. I get too excited. No.
so if we have
We found Nine's thing.
so 15 gold a day, and we can just have this taxi driver that effectively picks us up at one place, moves us to the next, and waits while we go in and do stuff, come back out, and then just.
Is it
sick.
each?
It's
or-
gonna be
Each.
like fucking that guy,
Each,
that
okay,
guy in
each.
Deadpool.
Yeah.
Dopinder.
Dopinder.
What is your name?
That was the point where you just said Dopin.
Yeah, but I wanted him to tell me each of our drivers' names because I'm going to shout at him repeatedly as we race.
So we've got human, elf, half elf, Goliath. You're going for the Goliath. I'll go for the elf.
I'm going Goliath, and his name is.
Dave. Big G.
Goliath. The Goliath's name is David. Oh my god! Fucking sweet Bible joke for you there, lads.
Well, we've got a slingshot. We can take down his guard.
The Tabaxi turns around to you. It's like, "Oh, my name is Lockett."
Lockett.
Lockett. Do you ask
Bit of strippery.
which other ones do you get on? Well, her full name is Lockett on a heart, but it's shortened to Lockett.
I'll go for the elf.
Cool. The elf. So you got Tabaxi, elf for 9,
Yes,
and
please.
what's
I'm
Finally
going for
gonna
the
go.
Goliath.
well, the Goliath is called David.
Do I just sit on his shoulders?
No, you sit in the car behind. him.
No.
Does he carry you like a baby? What is a Goliath?
Oh, is it like? It's
Goliath. They are a medium-sized group of giant folk. So they I can get a picture of one if you want.
I really wanted it to be like Machamp in the Pokemon games where he just carries you around.
in Sun and Moon, where he
Yeah.
carries you like a baby.
So unsettling.
It really is.
So that's a picture. That's the generic picture of a Goliath.
Oh.
So they're generally about 7 foot plus, extremely big, always extremely strong. They have an ability called Stone Skin, so basically they can negate some damage because their skin's so basically kind of stone.
No, I know. Yeah. I
Um,
once played a gnome who could cast it as a spell.
Oh yeah, but it's like a bit. I don't know if it's specifically called Stone Skin, but they have a ability which is because their skin's so hard they take less damage and stuff. Like that.
Oh, okay, cool.
He says his name is David, and the elf, it's a man, says his name is Alexander.
Ooh, nice to meet you.
Lovely to meet you. So I'm assuming
coming on to
they
you.
kind of they look at each other and it's like we assume you three will be traveling together.
Yes, but you'll be travelling faster, David, than the other two.
We have a bit of a proposition.
Very well.
These, whatever one of you can get us there fastest, we'll give you a bit of a bonus at the end of the day.
Yeah, I will
They
give
all kind of look at each other and they're like, very well, that sounds like a lot of fun.
Whoever gets there fastest, the other two people have to give them a gold each.
No.
2 gold each.
No.
A bonus at the end of the day. We'll give you a
Sure,
bonus.
that works. Yeah.
Bonus of, let's say, 5 gold.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
That works. Cool.
Yes.
Cool, we get it, we go to the starting line.
I don't have a.
they're just like just get on. Where are you guys going?
The
The
dogs.
docks! Go!
Right. Can you all roll fucking I don't even know what.
I push over one of their carts and fireball, run!
You get a javelin 3.
It's gotta be...
I have an image of Ibathane just stood on top of the cart, in the robe, cup of tea in hand, as it glides through the city and he's going nothing on the
you
robe,
all-
and it pulls behind him.
Can you all roll me animal handling with disadvantage?
Oh
Wait, why do we have to have disadvantage? Because they're sentient.
Because they're not animals, but I can't think of what else would work. Do any of you have proficiency in vehicles?
Oh! I actually might do. Wait a minute,
I don't think so.
You fucking
I think
what?
I've got proficiency in boats.
This isn't a boat, sadly.
Proficiency. What would that be in, like, tool?
It'll be in additional proficiencies.
I don't think
Or
so.
maybe tools.
No.
I have proficiency in water vehicles.
No, this isn't a water vehicle.
Is there anyone...
Near the water. Can I get on?
See, this is turning into like a full-on race across the city where you've got you two like.
This is
on
like that
thing,
episode of Top
and
Gear.
You see Folmy just like take me to the nearest canal, and you see him get on like a little boat and then Goliath at the back like kicking his legs.
He's standing at the front, arms very excited this way.
Literally like one of the old challenge episodes of Top Gear.
No, there was one where they went through London and it was public transport versus a
Right,
car
yeah.
versus a bike versus a
Oh,
boat.
that was such
Yes,
a good
yes,
episode.
I just have an image of you just like, you run to a gondola and Goliath gets in.
Go!
Oh, hey, hey,
They're just going extremely fast, like massive wake behind them.
How close are we to the water?
Not that close. there is a small canal system, but it'll be slower.
I know
Oh,
what I
okay.
got.
What did you guys get?
I got a 13 with disadvantage.
Right.
Got a 6 with disadvantage.
I got an 8 with disadvantage.
So
fucking
if
David.
turns up at the
Can I, before we leave, can I cast? No, I won't do that. I'll
Ibathane-
not fuck it over.
it takes about half an hour.
What do we see on our way?
You see lots of things. You see people going about their normal business. You see like people's homes, and they seem to be like putting up multiple like bunting everywhere, basically preparing for big street parties. You pass a couple smaller sort of like chapel-looking buildings, and each one is preparing like a small feast on the outside, or they're setting up tables, and there seems to be things cooking just inside. You see like sort of general preparations for merriment and enjoyment. You see one or two, like you see bakeries, you see small shops, you see just kind of people's workplaces, probably past some blacksmiths all making various different things. Just the general sorted things of a bustling city.
That's just reminded me. You don't think she's been invited, do you?
Who's she?
Oh.
Potion shop.
Oh, that would be quite funny.
It would be quite funny.
Why are you making a note?
Imagine if she was like the Emperor's like best pal.
Imagine if she's the emperor.
Fuck.
So yeah, Ibathane gets there first. Takes about probably 25 minutes.
I'm not gonna lie, I was gonna use my new spell if I was behind 500 foot teleportation to the
About 5 minutes later, about 5 minutes after Ibathane arrives, 9 and then Tholme turn up. You probably hear them coming first because they're neck and neck on the way in, but 9 manages to get there just ahead after jumping off of the shoulders of the
Accurate.
the elf
Misty
in front
step.
of her. Yeah.
No, my
Forgot
ring of
she had
jumping, man.
that.
Ring a jump.
Ringing fucking.
Or
jump.
you probably jumped over to his, slowed them down, like knocked Tholme off, and then went on.
No, I like the idea you jump off the car ahead and just like, make it over the line, but in doing so, you fucking like disintegrate the car.
Shit.
Okay, we leave our guys behind.
Have you made notes of their names? Because I haven't.
Oh shit.
David the Goliath, my taxi driver. It says in my notes.
Alexander.
I chuck him 5 gold at the moment.
All right.
And go off, and I said, "We will see you soon, my friend." And I
It's
use
5 gold to
I
the
use my
winner,
mage
isn't it?
hand to tap him on the shoulder.
Cool.
Why?
So I'm like, "Thank you."
I'll just be like, well run, Alexander, well run.
I've
Just to
written
say,
down-
the three of you would have seen like every minute or so, or however long haste takes. They would always pull out a wand and jab themselves in the shoulder with it and chuck it back in as they're running to continually cast haste on
Jesus.
themselves.
The reason I came last is David fucking dropped it.
Oh, fuck, he
Yeah,
did.
he
didn't
did.
he?
He
had to
ran
grab
past it. I
it.
had to run back
Oh,
and get it
shit.
again.
They're
and
not
then-
very dexterous, those things, are they?
So the three of you have been.
I just want to say I wrote down Lockett, my Tabaxi taxi.
Yeah. That's very, very good.
Welcome
Love
to
it.
a Tabaxi taxi!
Welcome to the Tabaxi. That's racist. That's probably not okay.
Oh my god. The sad thing
The
is,
reason that came up was because it was the last time we had Tabaxis on was when Jay was here.
Yes,
just
true.
fucking 7, yeah.
just dig yourself out. Dig yourself
Yeah,
out.
digging upwards. So yeah, the three
Wait,
of you are at the entrance to the docks. There's it's kind of open. There's the doors are just open. There are people walking in and out of the barrier. Guards very briefly checking papers and randomly pulling aside people to check who they are.
Does everything get checked?
No, he actually doesn't. They're not that bad. And yeah, the three of you exit through the dome, the energy field, and you go out into what essentially looks like kind of like if you imagine like a bazaar, people just with like small stalls in the distance. You can about maybe like a few hundred meters away, maybe a kilometer away, you can see ships, massive masts raising up into the air and swaying in the wind.
Oh, that's sick.
You can see people loading and unloading various different massive crates from these ships. Some like merchants in like lavish clothes, being like, "Oh, be careful with that," blah 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 blah. And you see in the actual bazaar itself, there are people bartering. There are people like, "Oh, roll up, blah blah blah. Get this, buy my premium flour, best flour in the world," stuff like that. Flour was the first thing that came to my head.
Bake your cakes with me.
Yeah, that kind of stuff. You see,
not
various
flour.
different
Only
wares.
flour!
You see like people selling like exotic spices. You see people selling like long things of silk and different.
Guys, this is shit. Should we go back?
But in amongst that, you see the occasional stall of people selling like a weapons store with very finely crafted, some of them, weapons laid out, talking to sometimes guardsmen, sometimes just people that look to maybe be adventurers wearing sort of like mismatching clothing or mismatching armor. And yeah, what kind of stalls are you guys going to go and look for?
Can I get Gary? I turn to Gary. I'm like,
Okay.
"Hey, bud, do you wanna? You know what kind of stuff I like. Do you wanna go and have a quick fly around, see what there is around?
And flies off.
Cool.
I like to think that pigeon impression was quite good.
Yeah, that was
It was not bad.
Gary flies off. What kind of things would Tholme like? Sort of like armor, weapons, general magic items.
I think
that kind of stuff.
magic items and weapons.
Okay. Gary reports back the locations of a couple like places that seem to be selling weapons. There's one that's like quite a big stall with multiple people standing behind selling stuff.
Okay, yeah.
There's also like a number of smaller ones with one person selling like a small selection of finely crafted, just like I made this myself, that kind of thing. In terms of magic items, there's an assortment. There's various different things, varying from like things like the kettle that always keeps water hot and never goes empty. Things like rain, like some weird magical items you wouldn't expect, so like makeup that doesn't run.
Fair enough. Yes. No.
Like pretty much any sort of things.
What kind of things would I would quite like an invisibility cloak.
You wouldn't be able to wear that with your spider cloak though.
Can I get someone to? Oh, it would take a long time.
It would take a long time, months. For invisibility, I think it'd take like half a year. Yeah.
Okay.
So which would you like to go to first? Weapons or just general magic items?
Let's go to weapons first, because the other guys might be interested in weapons as well.
Oh yeah, I want to see if I can
I
get a
don't
sword.
use weapons.
No.
But I'll come
you guys
with.
looking
I'll
at?
come
You're
with.
doing
I'm trying to
something I
find. I'm
don't.
trying to look at clothes.
So am I!
Yeah, honestly, see, you type in fantasy female clothes, it's just all like bras.
Yeah, it will be.
It's,
Sucks.
oh, I've got like nothing.
See, I've made my fucking decision.
Oh,
I know what clothes I'm looking for.
What did you type in?
Male Renaissance clothes.
Tally ho.
Yeah.
Right,
So-
I want clothes.
So Tholme,
Oh, I know exactly what I want actually in terms of clothes.
So, Tholme, Gary points you towards someone that, because Gary has a bit of a magical sixth sense. It's like, that stall there, probably a few hundred meters that way, has some, has a strong magical aura about it.
Okay, yeah. Well, let's go and have a little look
Okay, so you approach, and it's like a.
in my dressing gown.
Yeah, of course. People don't even look at you that weirdly. You get the occasional odd look. But there's such a wide variety of people here. It's like a mishmash of people from all different kinds of backgrounds,
Yeah.
all races, apart from Dragonborn. Well, actually, to be honest, maybe one or two Dragonborn.
Ooh.
Merchants
Oh.
specifically.
I'm choosing my clothes.
I have a sneaky suspicion you and I are thinking of the same fucking thing.
Really?
Maybe.
I'm seriously struggling here.
Right, we'll
you
do
might
this.
you might not be as retarded as me though.
Oh, that's quite cool.
Right, okay.
Oh, I might have chosen
So-
as well.
Guys, let's do weapons first.
Weapons or just general magic items?
Weapons first.
Oh yeah, you
Of course. There you go.
Cool. Yeah. Do you want to see mine?
Wait, no. You and I show each other when it comes up. When it comes up, when we get to the clothes shop,
Mine is
I'll do it in recording because
Mine
I
is-
really fucking want
extra.
it. So it's
Mine actually just looks quite nice, to be honest, but practical. It's
Guys,
very-
Henry's
very
giving us
important.
the stop fucking around.
Look at that.
I'm giving you the look of all three of my players are just staring. Yeah, all three of my players
So
are sitting there
Assassin's
looking
Creed,
at their
that
phones. I'm
fucking
like,
I know.
right, I'll just wait. It's fine.
Because it's practical, and if shit does go down, I could fight in that. See?
can
Oh,
fight
my-
in whatever.
Is
I
the
don't
Emperor
think.
gonna think you look official in that?
I don't give a flying. It looks
You know you'll have
fancy
to have
enough.
your emblem put on,
The whole-
emblem put on it.
Oh, yes, I'll put it on the cape.
I'll put it on the underside of the game.
Right, cool. Let's go, Henry.
So Gary has pointed you towards two, probably like one area that seems to be coming with a lot of like magical power, one stall, but there's also on your way you managed to spy out the corner of your eye, just in a corner, what appears to be kind of like a blacksmith. His shop has sort of like a makeshift forge, and he seems to be just hammering away at it slowly. Also in between serving a customer or greeting people that come to look at his wares, and he has a number of weapons of different varieties laid out on like a stall along sort of where people are walking through. Across the top, it says Long Eyes Arsenal.
You love Arsenal.
Yeah.
It's a sad life being a football fan.
So yeah, you can go over and he'll greet you. It's like
Mm.
it's for a dwarf quite tall.
That's right.
Wow, a bit
No,
like
it's not.
a bit like Peter Dinklage in Infinity War.
Yeah. No.
No, I walk over in my dressing gown and be like, "Hello, sir. I'm coming
Hello
to
there.
have a little gander."
Feel free to have a look. What kind of things you're looking for?
Well, the thing is that I've already got a magically enchanted rapier, so it's just that it's a
Right.
little bit more sturdy, a little bit better. But
Fair enough.
I don't know whether we'll be able to get anything that's better than that. I will have a wee look. I've also got an enchanted dagger, maybe something to do with I use a short bow. I was wondering whether you've got anything to do with that. Well, those are my 3 areas of interest.
I mean, what kind of thing? Do you want? So you've got a magical dagger and you've got a magical rapier. You're pretty well equipped already. So you're looking to replace those, trade them in, or do you want something else?
Well, let's start with the rapier. What have you got rapier-wise?
A wide variety. I mean, I've got just normal ones. I've got some that are like quote unquote master crafted. I'm not officially certified to call them that, but they basically are. One or two that I've enchanted myself, but I've got a friend that's an enchanter, and there's some more that are way better. What kind of price range are you looking for?
Well, how much are your master crafted ones?
Master crafted ones will be. I mean, the ranges from like. I mean, a normal rapier will cost you just like between 10 and 50 gold. If you want it magically enchanted, it'll be a little bit more expensive. Anywhere between, I mean, I've got something for 15 grand, but I've also got 1,000, 2,000, something in that area.
Let's look at the.
Let's look at the 10 gold.
No, I've got a. Let's look. The ones ones below £1,000.
I mean, below £1,000, I've got something for. I mean, it's got a slight enchantment to make sure it goes through armor. I've got this beauty here, and he'll kind of like go to the back, and he'll have a quick peruse through some like little containers, and he'll bring it out. It's in like its own case. He'll open it up. Just like this one will return to your hand if you drop it, just whenever.
Okay.
After you attune to it, of course, like spend a while. You basically just need to spend an hour holding it, and if you drop it, it will come back to your hand. I've got a couple different items that have that enchantment on them. Okay. It's one that I myself can do. In terms of out of game, in terms of like less than £1,000, you're gonna get like +1 / minor enchantment, stuff like that.
Cool. I've got a +1 rapier at the moment. So I know if I was going to do it, I'd want to upgrade it to a +2 or a something with a magical enchantment. The
Something
dropping
with
one is something I'm not massively interested in because I don't really drop my weapons.
You're gonna fucking lose that thing now. You'll leave it on a bus in Poland and you'll never see it again.
Or so magical enchantments or things.
Leave it on the cart. Just give them back.
Fucking David's got it.
Using it as a toothpick.
And I could, I would also be happy to trade in the rapier I've got at the moment. Do you want to see
Let's
it?
have a look at what you got already. Thanks for Connor just passed me a pen. He'll kind of take it. He'll hold it in his hand.
That was
Hold it up to
fucking
the
good
lights.
prop work.
Yeah, he'll hold it up to the light.
Henry is admiring this pen.
I've got, I think, 3 of the same ones. he'll hold it. He'll give it a couple. He'll like wave it about in the air a little bit. Give it a stab into like the air.
The nearest customer.
He'll say, "This is a decent handcraft work. You looking to sell or?"
Well, I want to see what you've got first. You want to see if there's something that would be a pretty good upgrade to that, and I could do a part exchange type thing.
Yeah, I mean, you can, sure. He'll pass it back to you, and it's like, well, what kind of damage are you looking to do? How often? What kind of fights do you get into?
A lot.
Very well.
It's a lot of mercenary work type
Right.
type thing. We do bits and bobs with the Order of the Gauntlet actually.
Very well. In that case, I have something that might work for you.
Using me as get your fucking way.
Name drop.
If you trade in what you've got there, it's a bit more than £1,000, but it'd be something very good. It's something I made myself, and my friend enchanted them. And he'll go and get one of the where he went going through all the different boxes. He'll bring one out, and this one's in a completely black box. The wood itself seems to be like almost like Vanta black, but not quite. Like it seems to absorb the light from around it. Brings it over and like opens it up, undoes the lock. There's a lock on it, and with like a small combination, undoes it, opens it up, and takes out a rapier, probably a bit longer than the one you already have. The handle itself has it's completely metal. It appears to be made out of actually one solid piece of metal. So the blade itself is long and thin, and it's of a sort of dark-ish metal. Almost like so normal metal will be quite shiny. This doesn't seem to shine at all. But the interesting bit is with like the hand guard, because obviously you've got like the one you've currently got now is a bit like a, you know, like a pirate's sword will have like a fancy hand guard that you kind of grip into, almost like a handle. This one is like that, but the handguard itself appears to be made out of it's made of metal, but crafted in the shape of a bony hand clasping around your own.
Hello.
He says doesn't really have a name, but I mean, we've tested it out on monsters and stuff. Essentially, you stab someone with this, it seems, well, the enchantment will continue to take their life even after you take the sword out.
That's pretty
just for a
cool.
bit. You can't do anything with it. It just goes into the sword, and then I don't actually know where it goes from there.
We're slowly making you into death, aren't we? Unseen, stealing life with a bony hand sword.
So, specifically, this would be a rapier of wounding.
Okay.
So, it's a rare sword. It requires attunement. First thing is that hit points lost to this weapon cannot be regained by regeneration, magic, or any other means than long resting or short resting. And once per turn, when you hit a creature with an attack using this magic weapon, you can wound the target. At the start of each of the wounded creature's turn, it takes 1d4 necrotic damage for each time that you've wounded it. It can then make a DC 15 Constitution saving throw at the end of its turn, ending the effect of all wounds currently on it if it succeeds. Alternatively, the wounded creature or a creature within 5 feet of it can use an action to make a DC 15 medicine check, ending the effect of such wounds on it on a success.
What was that called? Rapier?
Rapier of wounding.
That is fucking sick.
I do like the sound of that.
That sounds really, really fun.
And how much, if I was, how much would that be?
I mean, with or without trade-in.
Well, we'll say without first.
And without the trade-in, probably about 2,300 gold.
What about with the...
With the trade-in, plus, you know, you're working with the gauntlet, I could probably do 1.5k.
Okay.
Barter him. Do a roll and barter him.
I know.
I'll give you this bird. Oh, give him Gary. Give him Gary as well, and then Gary will just die and respawn him.
I don't want him
What if I could give you this magic stone?
Oh man, my
See,
persuasion.
unfortunately, people in this world know the spell Magic Stone.
Yeah.
So they'll be like, no.
So what? So he said 1,500, didn't he?
1,500, yeah.
Yeah. And this Tholme goes, even with the rapier?
I mean, I sell rapiers like that quite often. I mean, I'm actually giving you a bit more. I'd sell a rapier like that for about 500, 600 gold. So I'm giving you a bit more of a discount, mostly because, you know, you work with Gauntlet. Which, you know, gets a bit of favour with me.
It's like, yeah, no, I understand that. I understand that. Can I get you a little bit lower? Can we go? How about 1,200?
Roll persuasion.
1,500 is fine.
What did you roll? 5. He'll look at you and was like, look, I'm sorry, mate, I can't throw any lower.
It's like, oh, mate, I'm just kidding.
Fair enough.
And then, I'm very interested. I'm just going to check out another couple of things. And
I'll
have a little tour back, and I'm very interested. I may be back.
I'll close it up for you, keep it up the back. Probably no one's going to come along and buy it. But
Thank you very much. And
You're just giving him your rapier. So you've got like no weapon on you at the bottom of the night.
No, I've got...
He can keep his rapier because
No, yeah.
he hasn't bought it yet.
Oh, I
That's
see.
fine. No, thank you very much. Your name?
My name is I was gonna say Greg again. I'm like fucking everyone in this thing.
Bartholomew.
My name is
Barty.
Bartholomew Stoneweaver.
Dave.
Oh, come on, I just gave you a cracking name.
Hi, my name's Bartholomew Stoneweaver.
Fucking nice. Is it? Shit name.
Cheers. Thank you very much, Barty. I'll see you in a bit.
It's Bartholomew.
What's happened to your ass?
Yeah, I know.
Now, I'm trying to do like a weird, maybe Irish, but I don't know what I'm doing.
You're going hard on remembering everybody's name.
You really are. Right, so this Rapier of Wounding
Mm-hmm.
was 1500, and it was 1d4 necrotic damage.
That's fucking dope.
Once per turn.
Yeah. So it's basically every time you hit somebody, they take an extra 1d4. So if you stab somebody and you stab somebody successfully, on the next turn they'll take 1d4 necrotic damage. You stab them again, the turn after that, their next turn after you stab them again, they'll take 2d4 necrotic damage.
Yeah.
But at the end of every one of their turns, they can make a DC 15 con check, and if they pass it, it all goes away. So it stacks, but say you're doing 8d4, somehow they're still fucking alive, you're doing 8d4 damage, and then they pass the con save, all of those 8d4 disappear.
Cool, and they can't regain that health if they
They
get a
can't
potion.
regain it by potions and things like that, yeah.
Cool.
So essentially you're permanently reducing their life by that much each turn.
Cool, yeah, Tholme goes away and has a look at some other stuff.
Okay. While Tholme walks away, we'll skip over to Ibathane. What's Ibathane looking for? What kind of place is Ibathane looking for?
Magic items or stuff items for sorcerers.
Alright, yeah, there's a couple
Is there a
places.
shop called Sorcerer's R Us?
Sorcerer
no.
Supreme?
There's a couple. If you're wandering around, you can probably just try. You're using your sorcerific senses.
My sorcerific
You
senses are
can probably
tingling.
attempt to sense out where there are areas of magical power, and you come across a few different ones. You come across somewhere called the Witch's Rods, which appears to sell different kinds of wands. You come across Wonderful Arcanity, which is just like seems to be an enchanter. He's wearing these. So the man at the front is being very, very sort of like outgoing, like roll up, trying to hassle individual people coming up.
Okay.
He's wearing a full-length robe covered in moons and stars, and a hat covered in moons and stars, like tradition, like
A pointy
super,
one.
like a pointy hat. It's like super, like
Does he have a big beard?
big, bushy beard.
So I assume that he's a con man.
And then you
That man.
also, what else would you be looking for? Those kind of things.
I'm generally in the market for something that could improve my charisma statistic, or my AC, or like a stored spell item,
Cool, yeah.
or some jizz, like
Some jizz.
Some jizz. There's a brothel over there.
I heard of there's the thing called a wand, maybe called the Wand of War Mage. If I can
Okay,
get that, because
That gives you a
apparently
plus one to all your stuff.
attacks.
Yes,
Yeah.
it does. So there's the Witch's Rods, which appears to be a wand maker.
I'll go speak to the wand maker peoples.
Okay, so the Witch's Rods, you go up.
Richard's
the-
rod sounds wrong.
Yeah,
That
that
sounds like a
so
dildo
bad.
shop.
It does, that's why it's called that.
Oh Jesus!
Standing at the thing is a elderly, late middle age, probably mid 50s, human, female.
Show me your
Um,
rods.
Good one. That's why I named the store that. Bring the young crowd in, you get me?
Someone's vomited beer all over himself.
You lot love innuendos and all that. I did market research, you see.
Show me your rods.
Of course. She's kind of like a, as I said, late 50s, wearing kind of plain clothes, but round her neck, hanging just above, like where her cleavage theoretically would be, but it's covered by an extremely large magical amulet.
I thought you were going to say, because her cleavage is now 6 meters south.
It's
not that
the
old.
time stone. Pretty much.
What kind of magic items are you looking for? I have, what sort of magic do you use, my friend?
Show me your rods. No, I'm a sorcerer. I like fire.
Very well. Oh, you like fire. You may like, and she'll reach in and pull out one. It's just like, this is my wand of fireballs.
What's the point, though?
Fuck it. How many charges does it have?
Why?
Because I could just swap fireball for another level fucking force.
Fireball or
Ball.
fireball? I thought it was a wand of firebolt, and I was like, dude, you.
This has a, and she pulls it out. It's a bit like Dumbledore's wand, so it has like little. It's like a normal like stick, but it has small spheres on the way down. It's like, well, in total it has 7 charges.
Per day?
Each time you cast one, no, just 7 in total.
And forever.
Forever, yes.
How much?
She kind of looks you up and down.
Ooh.
He's wearing the dressing gown.
That's not the dressing gown. I've got a cup of tea in my hand.
Right, highs or lows, because she can react to that in 2 different ways.
There's not much tea left in it after our like roller coaster journey to the
She kind of looks you up. It's like, well, by that I'm assuming we're staying at the. Like, she doesn't say this out loud. She kind of make a perception check quickly.
11.
Yeah, you can hear her whisper under her breath. It's like, it looks like he's staying at the palace. That'll be let's go with 2,000 gold.
I'm not rich.
But so that's just the price of it, my friend.
Okay. Goodbye.
No. I have other ones if you wish to buy.
You got the wand of War Mage?
Funnily enough, I have that exact thing. Yes. That'll be.
That's a bit dodgy sounding.
10 gold.
And she drops her trousers.
She shows her trousers, pulls it out of. Oh God, I know where I'm going with that. Her trousers.
Yes, one of the war mages. We have those here. How powerful would you like it to be? You seem like a very powerful man yourself. I have various different price points.
I'm not
So
immune to flattery.
out of character.
Okay.
It will be 700 for a +1, and then 1,300 for a +2, 2,000 for a +3.
So.
No. 700 for a +1, 1,500 for a +2, 2,600 for a +3.
Right, I want to try and barter her down
I'll
on the
take
+3.
first lot of numbers.
I'll try and barter her down on the +3.
Very well. This is one of the best ones we have. It enhances all spells you cast.
Well, what does it do? Yeah, sorry, Tholme jumps in your head. Can you ask the person what it does so that the listeners can know?
Oh yeah, a wand of War Mage basically gives me a +3 to all of my attacks.
So there's different. It's
spell
basically
checks.
the wand
things.
of the war mage. It's usually just a +1, but it makes sense that these different strengths. So it gives you a +1, 2, or 3, depending on which one you have, to your spell attack rolls. So when you cast Firebolt, because you roll to hit, it gives a +1. If it's something like Fireball, where they roll a save, it doesn't make that much of a difference. But it also means that you ignore half cover when making a spell attack. So if someone's in cover, you ignore it.
Ooh,
Right,
that never comes up.
right. I'm very interested in this wand of War Mage with the +3.
Very well.
But this price, it does not work. Maybe if we get this price down, maybe closer to 2,000. Perhaps, as you can, I saw that you heard. I am staying in the palace. I actually have an audience with the Emperor himself later. I am Ibethane No Name, one of the 3 heroes of River's Edge, also Craig.
I'm amused you
Perhaps
mentioned
I
him, to be
might
honest.
put in a good word so that you might be able to sell your wares within the sphere.
Roll
Put in a good word, so
The
you are
dome.
well loved in the afterlife.
Yes.
persuasion or deception. Probably persuasion. Yeah.
Wait. Doesn't matter. After this, I'm going to intimidate her. 14.
Right. Highs or lows?
Might bend some luck.
You can bend some luck.
It's 18.
Very well. Continued highs or lows?
Highs.
She looks at you and she seems to consider for a second, and she pulls out a wand from her belt, twiddles it in between her finger. You know, like spinning it in between each finger.
Okay. Yeah.
She goes, "Inside the city, you say?
Yes, why not?
In that case, if you will promise me, and you've told me your name now, so I'll be able to find you, that you will at least try.
I just made the big boss.
You have yourself a deal. How about 2,050?
Oh, deal. I will
Very
talk
well.
to the Emperor.
Perfect.
I'm fucking talking to the Emperor. What is your name?
My name is.
Taking down her name.
My name.
I should have listened.
My name is Catalina Janal.
Catalina Genital.
Genital.
Catalina Genital. Cool.
Janal.
Do you actually make every single possible name fun? I don't understand how. I try and name people specifically like, right, how can they turn that into a dick joke? They can't. I don't think they can. And then you do that.
Rich Rod.
I'm not gonna lie, the thing, because it's spelled Janal, I assumed you were gonna write down Catalina J Anal.
No, Genital.
Oh, that was a good one though.
Okay, cool. Yeah, Catalina
Catalina Janal.
Genital. Right.
Yeah, you get
cool.
yourself a +3 wand of
Right, how much did that cost me? 200.
2,050.
Which leaves with me with
950.
No, 900.
945. Including the 5
Yes.
you paid for your thing so far.
Fuck, it does. No, it doesn't. I've got less than that.
No,
Yeah.
you don't.
No,
You
no,
start
no,
with
no,
3
no,
grand.
No, because we paid 15.
You've
We
only
paid
paid
5
five
up
so far.
front.
so
We've only
far.
paid 5 so
Oh,
far.
well, I've taken that into account.
Fair
so
enough,
You'll
It'll
need
leave
to-
me with 35.
You'll need to tip your girl as well.
No, I won't.
Yeah.
No, I won't. I won the race. You guys are tipping her.
Is that you? Oh,
Uh-huh.
Feels- I need-
fair enough. Do you know what? I wanted the Tabaxi to win, so I'm okay with it.
Win-win!
So I'm
Thank
happy
you
enough.
very much.
You're more than welcome.
Now, tell me who makes the puffiest of clothes?
Oh, that would be. I mean, if you're looking for nice clothes, I'm assuming you are staying in the palace after.
I didn't say nice, I meant
Um,
puffy, like literally puffy. Big
I mean-
puffy.
Anybody that's looking for any good clothes in this entire city needs to go to Fabian's.
Oh god, what's his name? Fucking names.
Fabian isn't like Fabi, and her name's just
Fabian.
Oh, right, okay.
Fabian.
Fabian's.
That rhymes with Gokwan.
Oh, whatever. Is he still kicking around? Whatever happened?
He's not dead.
Is he still
he?
on TV? I don't know. He's still on his show.
Fabian. What's his last name?
I mean, Fabian just goes by Fabian. If you don't know who
Fuck.
Fabian is,
Darling, do you even know who Fabian is?
you must. Obviously, you are new here.
You sure he doesn't
Everybody
go by
knows
Fabian, the sweet, sweet clothes man?
Fabian, the sweet, sweet clothes man, is so good.
Fabulous.
Mm-hmm.
Fabian.
Fabulous Fabian, the sweet, sweet clothes man.
Yes.
Right, 9.
Darling, can you better
And
talk?
with that, we skip over to 9.
So,
Fucking like screen wipe, screen wipe.
Screen
Green swipe.
We're gonna have a screen wipe over to 9 now. No, we screw. I found like.
9,
fucking-
you're looking for
I
swats.
found like Jonathan Waff.
I'm looking for swats and shields.
We're hunting rabbits. right.
That's what she says to the man.
We screen wipe over to 9.
okay.
Where's she going? What's she looking for?
Right. 9 wants to buy either some sort of like notebook because I want to start writing up our wee adventures with these boyos, chronicling the tales so it can get published into a best-selling book.
The Chronicles of the Daddy Issues trio.
Exactly. To fund our retirement in like the beaches. But I
thinking
really
ahead.
know. And 9 wants to like. Can 9 write? Yes, she can. But yeah, no, she wants to actually make a note of the shit that's happening. But I can get that sort of anywhere. But yes, if possible, I would like to invest in a new sword,
Okay.
new long sword, because I want to do more damage. Because I don't do as much damage as what I'd like to.
Very well. What kind of? So how can you make a investigation check?
Oh fuck! I'm not good at investigation. 3? I know I'm in the docks.
Actually, you would have advantage probably for the same reason because you can sense. No, you'd have advantage because you're gauntlet. So people will be like, "Hey, over here," trying to get you to go up.
Oh, 15.
That's better. So 9, you're having a wander through the bazaar, through the markets, and you come across like a fairly young man, probably mid-20s. Seems to be maybe half elf, mostly human, but he's got a little bit of the pointiness in his ears and some slightly sharp features. But you're not sure, maybe quarter elf.
Ooh.
And he's selling lots of different notebooks, and he looks at you and is like, so what sort of thing are you looking for? I see you're eyeing up a number of these notebooks. What are you trying to chronicle? Your journeys? What do you?
Just kind of our travels, I guess, and just.
Do you travel far? You seem to be, obviously you're a member of the Gauntlet.
But do you travel far? Tell me of your adventures.
Well, we get about quite a bit. We've been River's Edge, Ormsford.
That is quite far. Yeah.
We aim to go to a lot more places, but just I want to keep a note of our journeys and just so we can look back fondly. And
Where else have you been?
in
A
the
place
future.
called the Pokemon World.
Well, there's
A castle that we're not really supposed to talk about.
I mean, there's a number of different options. If you're looking for one that's engraved, if you're looking for one that only you can open, we have some that are slightly enchanted.
Oh.
Obviously, it wouldn't stand up to. I need just disclaimer. It won't stand up to the tests of somebody really trying to get into it. But to stop your friends and companions looking into it, that's
Yes.
quite simple.
That would be
If you're looking
very
for one,
helpful.
if you're looking for a
Nosy fucks.
I can just imagine you do. Let's read our journal. Today I met Liam. Oh, he's so cute. No, I wouldn't write that stuff.
if you say that, like, oh, that would be very good. It's like, I used to travel in my younger days with companions too, so I fully understand how you feel.
She fucking turns to her side, she says those two, and then wandering around in their dressing gowns and comes to tea. She's like, wow.
I need your strongest enchantment.
If you could put it in a fucking safe, that would help.
And he'll kind of like refer to like one that he has in a box as well. He'll open the box like this one. Only once your name is inscribed into it, you only you may open it.
Ooh, I like it. Talk to me about the design. Talk me through what's it look like.
So this one in particular, it's a black leather notebook. Seems to be like in parchment engraved in it. But so he takes it out. Most of these like notebooks is you've seen like homemade ones, like the one that in real life James uses. It's like it's slightly open at times. Like the pages aren't always 100% together.
Yeah.
It's not like that. It's like fully compressed together, and he opens it up, and as he does so, you would probably be able to see a slight magical shimmer around it, specifically as if there's like a around the like where it's where you can see the pages. There's a slight magical shimmer that as his fingers pass through it to open it, it like kind of shows up a bit like a like gold like glitteriness. And on the inside there's the very inside of the front cover looks to be slightly different. It's completely red. He's like, well, I'm sure you would not have any qualms about doing this. Your name must be written in blood for it to work properly. It just makes the magic stronger. It's how I do my enchantments.
No, it's okay.
But, well,
Does
I
he
can
lick
sell
his
this,
lips as he says that?
I can sell this to you for five gold probably. It's nothing, especially for a member of the Gauntlet such as yourself.
Alright, fuck it. I'm
Very
happy
well.
enough.
Look him dead in the eye and go, I am a member of the Gauntlet. 3.
As that happens, he pulls from a pouch on the side a quill, just like, if you may, put out your hand.
Okay. Can I do it myself?
Of course you may. You must prick yourself in the hand with this quill. It will take your blood up, and you may write on the inside.
I kind of want to use. Do I have my own quill? I kind of want to use my own quill.
Does the quill come complimentary with it?
For the if Ibathane turns up, does quill come complimentary?
You're buying a diary? Tell me! Nine's buying a diary!
The quill.
See what I mean?
This specific quill is very well. It only needs a small drop of blood and can write as much as you like until it is cleaned. You're more than welcome to write it in yourself. This is just a less painful, cleaner way to do it.
Okay, yeah, I'll do it. Fuck it. If something happens. Let's see.
Pricks you on the hand. You get like a very small circle of blood, almost like you ever seen people doing like what's it called? Have you ever given blood?
Knife
and then,
games.
Huh? No. Have you ever given blood and then they like test beforehand and do like a small prick?
Yeah.
Like diabetes people.
Wow.
People with diabetes use it to do their blood sugar. I think.
Yeah.
Like a very small one.
Welcome to the realm of the diabetes people.
It's kind of like a small prick like that, and then he picks it up, hands you the quill. It's like, just continue on and write your name in it.
So I'll just write the letter 9.
The letter 9.
God, you're so literate.
Wow.
I'll write it out in full. I'll write 9, the number /9 fully out.
Yeah, cool.
Like,
That's fucking
As you do that, he takes the quill back, dips it in some water, which appears to clean it out. Shuts it closed, and then demonstrates that he's no longer able to open it. Essentially, the magical barrier, he can't get his fingers through, so he can't get to the actual...
Oh, that's cool.
He can't get to the pages to pull it open.
That's really cool.
And then
awesome.
hands it back to you. She's like, that will be 5 gold.
I give him the 5 gold.
Thank you very much. Puts it in, with a flourish of his hand, puts it in a pouch at his waist, which appears... Do a perception check.
Hold on, I'm just writing down blood quill in my thing.
Oh no, he took the blood quill back.
Fuck. How much is the blood quill?
I'm afraid it's not for sale. It's my personal one.
Oh,
It's-
right.
That means he's reusing it. That's gross.
There's no bloodborne diseases.
Hepatitis.
You've got fantasy AIDS.
She's actually immune to disease, so she can't.
Oh shit, nice.
I'll rub out
Does that
blood
mean that
quill.
you've got fantasy AIDS but it doesn't affect you, or that you don't have fantasy?
I don't know, man. I've rubbed out blood quill. 17?
Yeah, so as he takes your 5 gold and drops it into quite a small pouch at his waist, you notice there's no clinking. It just goes into the gold and seems to disappear. Into the pouch and seems to disappear. And as you notice this, you think, oh, that's a bag of holding. You kind of look at everything he's wearing. It's like, this man's wearing very, very nice clothes. Which appears, he seems to, you can tell just by looking at him, his belt is probably enchanted. He's wearing rings on almost all of his fingers, 1 or 2 of which look to have what would probably be spell gems on them, rings of spell storing, that kind of thing. And as he sees you looking, he's just like, I see you have a very good eye for the magical and the arcane.
You seem to be very well set up, considering you're down here at the docks.
I mean, I'm quite well travelled, and I like to sell my wares out here. It's pleasant. I like the breeze. There's no breeze inside.
Did he say he says bears?
Are you still here?
Are you selling bears? Go away. Okay. Oh, look, that man's selling puppies.
Like, would you perhaps be in the market for something a bit more powerful, a bit more, well, to be honest, expensive? You're the kind of person that I would sell my personal collection to.
It depends really what you're... I've been looking to somehow upgrade my sword in some manner of...
I can do.
So, okay.
I like to dabble in enchantment and crafting weapons that'll last the ages. I always have.
What's this boyo's name? What's your name, sir?
My name is...
Secret.
Secret face.
What species is he?
appears to be maybe quarter elf. He looks human, but with slightly...
Can he be caught or something?
Probably. Where I see it, if a half elf and a human had a baby.
Oh, okay, so half elf and a human do the dirty.
You quarter elf.
Oh. A quelf.
My name is Elros. I don't
Elros.
really have a last name, as
Neither
most
do I.
people do. You understand that.
You can
Um,
write that fucking name down, I'm not doing it.
L Ross equals dodgy /
Illegal, man.
/ semi-illegal. But he gets a smiley face.
Come into the back where I have my
Semi-eagle.
private collection.
Merchant. Daveth is gonna freak when he sees what I fucking get.
I've been looking at magic items for a while. What did you buy?
So I've bought a notebook that only I can open because you fucks would fucking read it. And then he's also going to sell me some dodgy semi-illegal stuff that he's going to do to my
Yeah.
sword.
We're doing some, he's going to go around to the back of an old 1960s Mercedes, pop it open, there'll be some weird ass machine guns.
Wait, so what's he doing to your sword?
Don't know. I'll find out.
Summit.
He very quickly pulls a string on the front of his on the front, and the tarpaulin that was kind of rolled up immediately goes down, and he holds it to the side like, "Do come in."